Today, I'm talking about 5 things that no one tells you when it comes to learning amigurumi. I'm talking about the learning process, growing with amigurumi, and even the truth about making money. Hey everyone, if you're new here in the channel, I am Bianca from Crocheniacs, and if you want to learn how to crochet amigurumi from scratch, or if just like me, you love everything amigurumi related, this is the right channel for you. And let's start this video talking about a hot topic, making money with amigurumi. And something that I heard a couple of times is that making money with amigurumi is super hard and it's not worth it. And honestly, I would say that this quote is partially true. The problem is not with amigurumi, it happens with any craft, unfortunately. And guys, making money with any craft is hard. I mean, if we're talking about knitting, embroidery, pottery, painting, drawing, it is hard. And the reason is always the same. Some people really don't understand the true value of art. I recently saw a post on Instagram from a person that was selling her pottery art on a fair. And she posted in all the step-by-step story in a carousel post about a client that approached to her, and this person was interested in a vase that she was selling. And when she set the price of the vase with the plant, with the flower already, the person laughed at her and was extremely rude and said,
"Oh, okay, now it's worth it because it comes with the flower already."
And the person was simply laughing at her and was beyond rude. And what this person doesn't know, and what this girl was sharing in the carousel post, was that they don't know how many hours it took to shape the vase, the real cost of the clay, the price of a kiln, the amount of electricity it takes to fire the final vase. And of course, this person's experience, years of learning and practicing and failed attempts to be able to sell a beautiful vase at a craft fair now. So I say that this is not a problem with amigurumi, with crochet, it's a problem that happens with any kind of craft. And yeah, of course, there are some amigurumi that can be done in just a couple of minutes, but some detail dolls, they take 8 to 10 hours to be done. But what happens is that in many places, people expect to pay exactly the same price that they see from a mass-produced toy. And it simply does not reflect reality. So yeah, it is hard to make money with amigurumi, but it is hard to make money with any kind of craft. Number 2, crochet as a grounding therapeutic tool. Over the last 10 years, crochet has been one of the most constant things in my life. When everything around me feels too loud, too fast, too hard, crochet is what brings me to the present moment and slows me down. It's repetitive, it's rhythmic, it brings me back into my body in a way that I never had anything else that could do the same. And I was giving the example of pottery in the beginning of this video because this is something that I found out last year. I took a couple of workshops and I fell in love with it. It's really amazing, and if you have never tried, I completely advise you to start doing so because pottery is amazing. I mean, I love crafts. It's hard for me to not talk about craft with passion. But pottery, although it's amazing, it's something that you cannot carry with you everywhere you go. And crochet, and that's why I say that it always brings me back into my body, and it helps me concentrate because I carry it everywhere. Whenever I fly, well, you know, I live in Finland and I'm from Brazil. So I visit my family at least once a year. So whenever I travel, or if I'm in the bus, I take the bus every day here and I crochet in the bus every day. If I have a doctor appointment, I carry my crochet with me, and I cannot carry a piece of clay and a wheel to throw and start making a vase, for example. So crochet has this advantage that we can carry everywhere. And for many of us, especially those who feel affected by the world news, social media, uncertainty, and stress, crochet becomes a form of emotional regulation, and not in a magical way, but I say that it's very pure, it's in a human way. Your mind is busy, your hands are busy. You need to keep focused. Your breathing changes, and suddenly everything around you feels a bit more manageable. And this is definitely not a small thing. I'm currently reading a book called Craft Psychology, and it has been, this book is in my wish list for such a long time, and I bought this book a couple of weeks ago. I already read half of it. I'm in love with this book. I will read it again after I finish because this is really amazing. And this book explains in great detail the reasons why we have all these feelings when we are doing some sort of craft, and regardless of the craft that you're doing, because they even give an example of all the crafts that can bring this kind of benefit. And you read the book and you relate to so many of the sentences and so many of the things that were researched and the theories behind all the benefits that crochet and the craft, of course, because it's not crochet psychology, it's craft psychology. So all the benefits that the craft can bring into your lives, that's amazing. And to be honest with you, I was even considering coming here to make a video and talk only about this book. So if this is a topic that you would like, I don't know if this is something that you're interested, because I really, really love this book. And I'm not a psychologist, I'm a teacher, but many of the things, of course, I studied education psychology, and some, I would say at least most of the theories that are mentioned here, I studied as well in my graduation, undergraduate, and master, my master thesis when I was doing it. So I'm extremely interested in this topic. If this is something that you'd like me to come and give a review, talk about some of the things that the book mentions, just write the word book for me here in the comments, and I will bring a video specifically to talk about that. Number 3, practice leads to progression, not perfection. One thing that I always tell my students, practice doesn't make it perfect. Practice makes progress. I have been crocheting amigurumi for over a decade, and I'm still improving. When I look back at my older designs, I can clearly see that my stitches now are way more neat and they are tighter, the shape's improved, the joints become cleaner. And all these things happened not because I am talented, they happened because I kept practicing. And until today, I feel like every project teaches me something new. Sometimes it's a big breakthrough, and sometimes it's just a small thing or a small adjustment that I needed to do. But everything that I do brings me something, a new learning and knowledge. And I love to bring this topic here because something that I receive messages every day in all the different social media platforms, email or Etsy or whatever. And one of the things that I receive the most, especially here on YouTube, because then you can see me crocheting in some videos, is like, oh, I've been crocheting for a month and I cannot get my color changes to be as perfect as yours. Or I've been crocheting for a year and I still have this problem or still have this gap. And it is completely normal, but keep in mind that I've been crocheting amigurumi for 10 years. And amigurumi is not the only craft that I have done in my life. I have a huge background with crafts. But if you've been crocheting amigurumi for a couple of weeks or a month and you're not satisfied with it, that's completely acceptable. That's completely normal. Even if you're crocheting for 10 years and there is something that you still don't like about your final product, that's fine. You just need to practice and with intention and purpose to improve that thing that you want to improve. Be patient. We live in a society now that people, because of social media, and people want things fast. They want quick results. It's like going to the gym, you know? If you want to have like this skinny and supermodel body, you need to go to the gym every day and eat healthy and blah, blah, blah. And if you don't do that, you won't get this result. It needs patience. And you need to be constant. And another thing that I think it's very interesting when it comes to being patient with craft is when I teach a technique here. And you know, they have a lot of videos teaching techniques, tips and tricks and blah, blah, blah. And there are some that are, I think it's, in the beginning, they used to bother me, but I don't get bothered by them anymore. There are some videos here in the channel where 99% of the comments are like, oh my God, that tip is amazing. You solved all my problems. Thank God I found your channel, immediately subscriber. And I'm like, yay, this person learned with me. And I feel so happy when someone learns something from me. Of course, I'm a teacher. And then there's this 1% that writes, I tried it and it didn't work. I'm like, how many times did you try it? How much did you actually practice? I don't come here with a tip that I tried it once and I thought it was good enough to teach you. If I'm telling you this, it's because I tested thousands of times and I've been doing this for years before teaching you. One of the latest videos of tips and tricks that I brought here on the channel, it took me 2 years of working with many different amigurumi designs to understand the process, what was going on, before saying, okay, so this is a pattern, let me test it differently, let me ask another person to test, and then I'll teach how to do it. It was a lot of study and experiment. And then a person like tried it once or just watched the video and say it doesn't make sense. Come on, guys. I know this conversation that we're having actually brings me to topic number 4, which is the power of repetition. When you start crocheting and you try it multiple times, the movements, they become more automatic and your hands, they start to learn faster the process. Mistakes become more obvious, or the proportions, they become more natural. Believe me, repetition is not boring. It's how we master things. I always share this here on the channel. My husband's crochet as well. And in the beginning, every time he took a crochet piece, he had to ask me like, what is the single crochet? Where is the single crochet? Is this the shape? Is this the shape? Where do I insert the crochet hook? Is it here? Is it here? And now he's crocheting something really, really special. I don't want to share this here yet, but I am going to post on my Instagram because it's turning out amazing. And he had lots of issues with the magic ring. And every time he wanted to crochet an amigurumi, he came to me like, make the magic ring for me, and then I continue, because he hated doing it. And when he grabbed this new project that he's doing, I said, okay, I can help you, but you are going to be the one to crochet everything. From the start to the end, you will crochet the magic ring. And he did it so many times that now he doesn't even call me anymore. And I'm looking there because he was in the couch. But he crocheted everything by himself. And I am so proud of him. But it took years for him to build this trust that he can do the magic ring. And now he's doing it. And it's amazing. It's super beautiful. So it's just a matter of repetition. It became automatic in his mind and in his hands as well. And the last thing that I want to bring to this video, number 5, the 3 Ps through a teacher's lens. After years of teaching, both in education and crochet, I truly believe that everything comes with those 3 pillars. And that's why I'm calling them the 3 Ps. Practice, patience, and perseverance. When it comes to practice, not rushed, not random, intentional practice, conscious, and that's how your stitches will become cleaner and the results will be more consistent within time. When it comes to patience, good work takes time, and there are no shortcuts to quality. It's not only about crochet, it's to everything that we do in our lives. And last but not least, perseverance. Even when the result isn't what you imagined, or even when progress feels really, really slow, believe me, a skill is not built in only one project. It's built over many. And believe me, I want to finish this video with this book in my hands again. And I wrote a couple of things here. I have them in my lap because I didn't want to forget when recording this video for you. Because I truly believe that, and it's not only my belief, it's my experience. And now that I'm reading this, I see that there is a lot of theory behind my beliefs and my experiences as well. Amigurumi is about understanding your learning process. It's about finding calm in repetition. It's about growing and healing. And believe me, it doesn't matter if you crochet for an income, for healing, for joy. Your work has a true value, even if you don't see that other people are actually seeing it. It has a value here and here. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new video that I bring here every week. And now I'll leave you with this one here because I'm pretty sure you will like it too.